All right, welcome back to Mind and Magic, where we demystify the occult and discuss all things esoteric. Today we're going to talk about another end times doomsday prophecy that just got a little bit closer. So let's get into it.
Oh. So, who are you?
I'm John Paul III.
All right, so recently Pope Benedict of the Catholic Church has passed away. He was the former pope to the current one, Pope Francis. And anytime I hear any news concerning the popes, past or current, it reminds me of the prophecy of Saint Malachy. Now, Saint Malachy was born in Ireland in the year 1094. He became a Catholic priest and later an archbishop. Several miracles are attributed to him, according to evidence investigated by the Roman Catholic Church. And he was the first Irishman to be canonized by the Roman Catholic Church. During his second trip to Rome in 1148, he became ill and died on November 2nd. Now, Malachy is known today for a set of prophecies, supposedly written by him in 1139, pertaining to the future line of popes. His list started with Pope Celestine III and then continued on through the next 112 popes. Now, Malachy didn't write the actual name of the popes. He wrote short phrases in Latin to supposedly describe the popes. The last and final pope is known as Petrus Romanus, meaning Peter the Roman, whose reign would end with Judgment Day. And it was written of this final pope that in the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church that will sit Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in many tribulations. And when these things are finished, the city of 7 hills will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. Now, according to Catholic tradition, the prophecy of St. Malachy remained hidden until 1590, when it was first published. And ever since, it has been a source of conjecture and controversy. And here we are reminded of it yet again, due to the passing of Pope Benedict. And it's something to pay attention to because the current pope, Pope Francis, according to St. Malachy, will be the last and final pope. The final 5 popes, according to Malachy, are Flos Florum, the flower of flowers, which is Pope Paul VI, De Medite Lunae, meaning of the half moon, Pope Juan Pablo I, De Libero Solis, from the toil of the sun, Pope John Paul II, Gloria Olivae, the glory of the olive, Pope Benedict XVI, and Petrus Romanus, Peter the Roman, Pope Francis I. Now, of course, there's a lot of disagreement and conjecture on the prophecy of St. Malachy, mainly because of his descriptions of the popes lining up fairly well with some, but not so well with others, including our current pope, Pope Francis. There really isn't much about him that would earn him the title of Peter the Roman. It would be a very odd description of him. But only time will tell. The passing of Pope Benedict only serves to remind us that Pope Francis is not a spring chicken. I believe he's 86 years old. So he's not going to be around forever. So if he passes and everyone's still here, then we know that either St. Malachy was way off base or he misnumbered. But if St. Malachy is correct, then Judgment Day could pop off at any moment. And with everything going on today, such as the Russia-Ukraine invasion, which has put us closer to World War III than any time in the past couple decades, it really is possible either way. Just think how much everything's changed in just the past couple years. So we can't rule anything out with this prophecy just yet, as long as Francis remains the current pope. It's one of those prophecies that I often forget about, but am quickly reminded when there's any news concerning the pope, or a past pope in this case. Much like the previous video on the Mark of the Beast, if you had asked me just a couple years ago, I would have said there's probably nothing to this. But with current events as they are, things have now moved into the realm of possibility. So let me know what you think below. Is the prophecy of St. Malachy way off base, or are we near the end? Let me know while you check out this special offer from mindandmagic.com. Psalms Magic of the Old Testament is the program that's going to help you reconcile and incorporate a Judeo-Christian upbringing into your magical practice. Several traditions such as root work or hoodoo do this to great effect already, using scripture to supercharge their magical practice, and in particular, the Book of Psalms. We're going to cover all 150 Psalms and what they're used for in magic, why it's okay to cherry pick from the Psalms as opposed to other books of the Bible, a remedy for insomnia. Everyone that I've ever known personally that has suffered with insomnia has told me that this has worked for them. I'm going to show you how to curse your enemies without it being considered baneful. I'm going to show you when not to use the Psalms and a whole lot more. And every version of the Psalms Magic of the Old Testament program comes with a bonus PDF ebook companion guide listing all 150 Psalms and their uses in magic. Hyperlink to go straight from its use and purpose to the Psalm itself for your convenience. You can get Psalms Magic of the Old Testament and other Mind and Magic programs over at mindandmagic.com today. All right, that'll about do it for this episode. I want to thank you for joining me. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.